us to talk about the development of the Nashville Civil Rights Association and some of the other ideas associated with the so-called sit-in movement. And of course, let us welcome you, Brother Lillard, and you, Professor McKissack, to the show this morning and tell you how delighted we are to have the two of you with us. Let's start off by having you, Leo, to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of your experiences. And then Professor McKissack, during this first segment, will give us some information dealing with her background, education, and then during that second segment, we'll get into some of the ideas in reference to your participation in the movement. Let's talk about it.
Thank you, Dr. Haney, for having us on. The Nashville Civil Rights Veterans Association, very proud of you for maintaining this wonderful way to educate and communicate with the Nashville people. I'm a Nashvilleian. I went to Carter Lawrence Middle School and Cameron and Pearl High, and I went to attend TSU. It was called A&I, Tennessee A&I in those days, 1957 to 1961, and graduated. During that time, of course, I was a member of Kelly Miller Smith's church. Baptized in 1954 in Kelly Miller Smith's First Baptist Church up on 8th Avenue, the old building. And of course, he was the center of a lot of the movement in initial adult infrastructure, into adult organizations. So naturally, when it was known that we were preparing to demonstrate downtown to continue what Greensboro, North Carolina started, called a sit-in, I was extremely adamant about being part of that, being a Nashvilleian, being a part of Kelly's church. And we continued that sit-in the entire winter of 60 right on through 61.
How did you become involved? And I think, Professor McKissack, we've had you on an earlier show, and you talked about being raised in Detroit. Talk about how you became involved in the movement once you arrived here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, and attended school in that city, and mostly went to white schools where I was in the minority and was interested